by-election has taken place. And one of the candidates, NDP candidate, had this photo taken, put on a pamphlet. And, you know, running in a by-election on the federal level is a great opportunity in this country to do. You get to represent the people of the country that you are representing. You're excited to do this. So naturally, you're running for this party, running under the NDP banner in Canada. You'd think you'd put a Canadian flag behind you, but he didn't. He decided to put a Palestinian flag up, and this got the eye of a lot of people. Mainly, everybody. But there is one entity in particular that was very interesting in how they respond to this. The NDP, party themselves, defends the Montreal by-election candidate Craig Sauvé over Palestinian flag on pamphlet. So the NDP is leaping to the defense of Montreal by-election candidate Craig Sauvé after he was criticized for using a Palestinian flag on an election pamphlet. Craig Sauvé included a maple leaf on the leaflet in question and frequently posed with the Canadian flag and Quebec flags, both of which he deeply loves and respects, says in a statement from the party. It's ludicrous to suggest that when a politician is seen with another flag, it's un-Canadian, whether that's the Ukrainian flag, the Israeli flag, the Palestinian flag, or other nations. We want to make sure we put Ukrainian and Israel first before we brought in Palestine. Sauvé, a Montreal city councillor, is running in what's shaping up to be a tight race in the riding of La Salle et Verdun, formerly held by ex-Justice Minister David Lametti. The vote is set for September 16th. The pamphlet, which has drawn criticism from the Conservatives and the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs, depicts Sauvé on the cover with the Palestinian flag flying behind him. What are you doing? What is going through your mind? I get that we live in a multicultural society. I get that you're going to be representing people from a wide variety of banners and flags. Get it. We understand it. Makes sense. But guess what? People are coming to Canada to seize the opportunities that are here, seize the life that we have here. Canada is a place that you should be proud of. It's a place that has drawn the interest of people from all these different countries. That is awesome. The fact that we were able to make that, build something here that people want to come to is awesome. So as someone who is running on a federal level, why would you not want to represent that? Why would you put the flag of another country on your pamphlet? It's a question that should be asked without the accusation of racism, without the accusation of Islamophobia. It's a legitimate question. If I went to another country and was running for politics in that country, I would find it weird if I showed up in Jamaica running under the Canadian flag. Like, what are we doing here? So this begs the question, we're going to keep a close eye on this by-election. What's going to happen? This really caught a lot of people's attention. I'm curious. I'm going to be looking more into the rioting altogether. It looks like the NDP are going to get smoked regardless. But the concern about all this was, sure, you have a candidate that poses with a different flag as a part of their campaign material. But it was the doubling down of the party that really caught my attention. It showed that this party cannot be taken seriously anymore as a federal Canadian party. They can't be trusted if they're not going to put the values of their riding, the needs of the people in their riding first. That starts with the flag that you run under. That's a question that we all are asking ourselves. What is happening here? And why the quick defense? Well, we know why. We know the conflict between Palestine and Israel has been concerning. If you support Israel, that makes you one person. If you support Palestine, that makes you a specific person. But we typically ought to look at our politicians and figure out we need you for leadership. lead us in our country. We need someone who's going to represent Canada in the things that we came here for, not the things that we are leaving behind. We want people to feel at home, yes. But we are all united under one flag, under one set of understanding, under one set of culture of what binds us together. And that culture, that fabric has been obviously picked at a lot over the past 4 to 5 years, specifically. So this is not a, Josh has gone far right, how dare he support Canada? No, it's, what are we supporting? What are we representing? I said it at the beginning of this. We should be lucky and feel proud that we are part of a country that people want to come to and be a part of. If we're just kind of shrugging our shoulders and be like, we're just going to let everyone, we're just going to represent all these different countries, then what are we actually, what do we own? What do we represent? These are the questions that people have and people are interested in. And this kind of leads me into a last thing. This is from October of last year. And MPP Goldie Gamari addressed the Ontario legislature. And this was right after the incident that happened October 6th with Palestine, or I should say Hamas, attacking Israel. And this, my friends, we'll watch the first 2 minutes of. And this is impactful.
Speaker, when my parents immigrated to Canada in 1986, I was a year old. And the reason that they immigrated to Canada from Iran is because in 1979 there was an Islamic revolution, and our once free and democratic country was taken over by radical Islamists, was taken over by terrorists, and was taken over by fascists who actually executed over 40,000 communists in the late 80s. And so my parents escaped in 1986 because they wanted to live in a free and democratic society. And I was a year old at the time. And we were blessed to be able to come to Canada to escape that hatred, to escape that radical, fundamentalist, Islamo-fascist ideology. And that's the same regime, Madam Speaker, that denies the Holocaust. That's the same regime that spreads anti-Semitic information and propaganda, not just inside the Islamic regime of Iran, but around the world and through its proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah and others. And so when we came to Canada, my parents raised myself and my younger sister, always telling us how blessed we are to be Canadian, and we should always put Canada first. Never forget your heritage, never forget your culture, never forget your background, but always remember that you are first and foremost a proud Canadian. And what that means, Madam Speaker, is you come here to embrace culture and diversity and accept people for who they are, and you leave the problems of your home country behind. Now, it doesn't mean you can't speak up, Madam Speaker. It doesn't mean you...
So, obviously a very moving speech. She went on for 10 minutes in the legislature on that specific issue. And here, as many would say, that was about a year ago, that was in October 23rd, 2023. Almost a year ago. Her words ring true. It's okay to be a party, like be proud of your heritage, be proud of where you came from, be proud of where you originated from. But you left a country that has fallen to a country that has opportunity. So support and be a part of that fabric, be a part of that country, be a part of that community. It's not a racist thing to say. It shouldn't be controversial. And we'll leave it at that. That was electric, wasn't it? Well, we enjoyed it. Hope you did too. If you did, you can check this video out here to the top right corner right near my window. Get over. There it is. There it is right there. And if you liked that, you can also check this one right here. We love you. Have a good one. Peace out.